So in this video I'm going to discuss musical work, and I'm using Angelfish, and I've already produced another video using the same piece and discussed some technical methods that help us play the notes better and play them better in time. But this one is about the work after, when really the proper work starts on a piece. After we learn the notes, that's when the work starts, and it's also the more exciting part of it. And what I call stage 2 in my practice is when I look beyond the notes and see what else is on the score first. So I've got a tempo suggestion, which might be by Anne Crosby Gaudet herself. In rock pieces I ignore it often because there wasn't any metronome at the time, but might be the editor's suggestion. But there's flowing peacefully and the title Angelfish. There are some dynamics, not massively so, and there's a pedal. And the first thing is to work in phrases, as always when I work on pieces. Work on small sections, and then obviously then we put them together to a whole piece. The first section is 8 bars long, and it's left hand leading with a melody and the right hand is playing an accompaniment. So I'm looking at the main part, which is the left hand, and to understand it, it might be easiest if I just share the notes between left and right hand, because there's a lot of jumping involved. So to understand the music, I'm just going to choose a flowing speed and play the first 8 bars shared between left and right hand. So it's meant to be smooth. It's also, every phrase has a direction, and I find my favourite way of explaining it is the ocean wave. Every ocean wave is different, so is every phrase in music, and always going somewhere. It's building up to a peak. The wave will break, and in our case we reach a peak, and then the phrase relaxes again. And in my interpretation of this first 8-bar phrase here, it's happening at the end. So this is a build-up, a slow build-up here. So there's a slight change of dynamic even within the piano context, and it's not big enough to mark it in, but it is there. There's direction always implies it's building up in volume a little bit, but it's a smaller build up than when it's marked crescendo, which happens in the second phrase. Now I actually reach and I reach a different part after that. And I can exaggerate dynamics first thing, because if we don't exaggerate them, they will just level out, or they won't be audible, even possibly to ourselves, but definitely not to any audience we might have. So even if I ended up louder now than mezzo piano, I go for it first to feel where it's taking me, the music. The other element is the pedal, and not only is it not possible to play 2 third fingers on 2 E's smoothly, because that's what the left hand's got to do, but there's an other element the pedal always adds, and it's marked 2 bars, another 2 bars, and then over 4 bars, and I take the same 8 bars, now left hand as it's played, but I leave the right hand out still. So that last 4-bar phrase is all marked under one pedal, and it adds more dreaminess to the whole thing, flowing peacefully but with a little maybe reflective moment of thought. Maybe we're watching the aquarium through some slightly lowered glass, or whatever it might mean. That is something we then can decide, but it definitely is marked that way. And staying with the idea of the water, the right hand may then provide little ripples in the water. And through the pedal, the quavers rest that is marked is going to be blurred a little bit, so it won't be as obvious. I still lift my hand, but it's not. I show that it's 3 notes only, but the pedal makes it, combines it to something different. There's a slightly contrasting phrase in 13. And I think there's just more movement. I don't feel it's very dramatic since it's mezzo piano. But definitely, whatever the fish are doing, it's a bit more paced, faster. And then we've got a certain direction following that, 2 bars going up, 2 bars following those going up again, but from a slightly lower place. So as if the fish were swimming in that direction. Maybe another pair swims in the same direction, or they're going back and swimming up some more, or whatever we want to do. And then it ends quite peacefully as well. So integrating first what I see in the piece, but now really picturing the fish. So maybe I can have a little scene watching fish in an aquarium, lovely angelfish, beautiful fish there. And now at the end of a process that would take a little longer, of course, than these few minutes, but I'm just going to let my fish swim according to what I see on the page as well.